Game 1 of the playoffs, the Fever had nearly 2 million viewers tuning in, while all the other games had around 400,000. Even the WNBA Countdown, which was aired before the Indiana Fever game, had more viewers than 2 of the series.
The league versus Caitlin Clark, and that is just absolutely false. It is unfair to the women that have been there building this league to this moment so that Caitlin Clark's popularity could take it to the next level.
Caitlin Clark will not play league basketball for a shocking 23 days while viewership is already dropping after Caitlin lost in the playoffs.
And it looks like we're not going to be seeing Caitlin Clark play basketball again for another 200 days. An ESPN reporter said at the end of the Indiana Fever Connecticut Sun Game 2 that Caitlin Clark almost definitely will not be playing basketball this offseason. So no overseas and no 3-on-3 unrivaled league.
Experts and fans are now saying they are done with the WNBA and won't be watching anymore, but let's look at how Caitlin has really changed the WNBA this year, because this will blow your mind.
Before the 2023 season, the WNBA had grown by 40% viewership from 2022 to 2023. But with Caitlin Clark's arrival, it's grown by 400% viewership. What that means is if the WNBA were continue to grow at the rate it grew from 22 to 23, it would take until 2028 to do what Caitlin Clark did this year.
Believe it or not, Caitlin's announcement shocked fans, but now analysts like Molly Karam and Monica McNutt on ESPN will see who the real face of the WNBA is, because with her gone, attendance will hit an all-time low this season.
I wonder if Caitlin, in every post-game press conference, she came out and talked about the kind of hateful comments that she was getting. If she came out and told everybody the reason why she has personal security that goes with her every single place, it's a lot. And so it's not just Caitlin Clark fans or Indiana Fever fans. It is not all going in one direction.
Caitlin Clark, the Iowa superstar, has officially finished her very first season in the WNBA, and it's clear her time in the league changed everything. The rookie star, famous for shooting from really far away and making great plays, kept fans excited all season long, bringing record-breaking TV views and huge crowds everywhere she played. Sadly, Clark's rookie season ended after a hard playoff loss to the Connecticut Sun, which stopped what many people hoped would be a longer playoff run. Her impact on the league this season cannot be overstated, because she was the main reason the Fever led the entire league in attendance both at home games and away games.
This kid's on the wrong team. She's got the wrong skill set to handle the physicality of that league. And she's a rookie, targeted by society, targeted by her looks, targeted by her reputation, targeted by the disrespect that they've shown to the WNBA. She said, no, they're expecting this rookie class to be perfect. This rookie class isn't even one of the best rookie classes in the last 10 years.
Whenever Clark was on the court, arenas were full of excited fans, with some traveling across the country just to see her shoot from deep, make perfect passes, and show her amazing basketball smarts. Her games were impossible to ignore, bringing in big crowds and making the Fever much more visible across the country. Because of this, the Fever saw a huge jump in popularity and became one of the most watched teams in the WNBA. But now that Clark is out of the playoffs, the WNBA is in serious trouble.
The Caitlin Clark effect is definitely real. I mean, we can all see that. However, experiencing it in person is totally different. I was at the Fever and Indiana game last night, and the amount of 22s that I saw on the way to the arena and inside the Capital One Arena might as well have just been a home game for Caitlin Clark. Not Indiana, Caitlin Clark. The thing is, that didn't surprise me. But what did surprise me was how packed the game was.
And it's not only Fever fans who are feeling this empty space. The whole WNBA is already seeing views go down now that Caitlin Clark is no longer in the playoffs. Weekend games, which usually bring in some of the biggest TV numbers of the season, are expected to drop a lot without Clark being on the big stage. Fans were not just watching for their favorite teams, they were watching to see Clark because her exciting games made her must-see TV. Caitlin Clark has gone beyond being just another team player. She has become a true superstar whose impact reaches far past the Fever. Her being out of the playoffs hurts not only her team, but the entire WNBA, because her pull was a huge reason the league's audience kept growing.
Caitlin's departure, do we think that these new WNBA fans are going to stick around for the rest of the playoffs? The Liberty Aces series might be one that draws some numbers. The disparity between 1.8 million and around 400,000 is wild, especially with football season being in full swing.
It's very rare for a rookie to make such a huge impact on a pro league, but Caitlin Clark is not normal at all. From the first moment she stepped onto a WNBA court, everyone paid attention. Her exciting performances quickly put her in talks usually saved for the greatest players ever, with many people comparing her impact in the WNBA to stars like LeBron James and Stephen Curry in the NBA. The Excitement she brought to games went way beyond just her own fans. She became something the whole league was talking about. Her skill to take over on offense while still setting up teammates made her one of a kind on the court, and the fact that so many fans are skipping the WNBA playoffs without her says a lot about how big her impact was in just one season.
Okay, now let's not talk viewership, let's talk ticket sales. Bear with me. Ticket sales grew in 2023 by 16% from 2022. Ticket sales have grown by 93% in 2024. What that means is without Caitlin Clark, the WNBA would have taken till 2029 or 2030 to get to where Caitlin Clark has gotten them today.
Looking back at her season, it's clear that being tired may have played a big part in why the Fever could not go further in the playoffs. Caitlin Clark played a very exhausting number of games in both college and the WNBA this year, almost the same amount of games that NBA stars play in a full regular season. In a fast and very tough stretch, Clark went from leading Iowa to the NCAA finals to playing for the Fever and then straight into the WNBA playoffs with very little time to rest or recover with a schedule that demanding. It's not surprising that by the end of the season she looked completely worn out, but even in those physically draining moments, Clark still found ways to deliver elite performances, showing her incredible endurance, basketball smarts, and pure determination. Caitlin Clark gave everything she had on the court, and against the Sun she put on one of her classic performances, scoring 25 points, handing out 9 assists, and bringing her usual fire and intensity despite her amazing effort. It was not enough to keep the Fever's playoff dreams alive. Clark did not back away from the moment and tried to carry her team during the most important parts of the game. However, as great as Clark is, basketball is still a team sport, and the Fever's lack of steady help on both offense and defense is what ultimately ended their season.
With Caitlin comes millions and millions and millions of more eyeballs. And with those millions and millions and millions of more eyeballs, unfortunately, is going to come some people who are not nice.
Fouls became an unlucky part of the story in Caitlin Clark's last game too. Several questionable calls were made against her, making fans and analysts frustrated, with many wondering if she was being called differently because of her rising star status. These calls messed with her rhythm and made it harder for her to fully control the game, yet Clark stayed calm the whole time. Despite the setbacks, she kept her cool and kept pushing her team forward with determination, trying to carry them into the next round. However, without steady help from her teammates on offense and a little more luck on defense, her amazing efforts just weren't enough to beat the Suns' relentless play.
A lot of things that this group accomplished that, a lot of people probably didn't think was possible, one, to start the season, and two, after the start we had to the season. So, yeah, it'll definitely be probably a little weird for me over the course of the first couple weeks, and then I'm sure I'll get bored and pick up a basketball again. So,
as of now, Caitlin Clark has decided to take a well-earned break. There's no sign she will join a European team for the off-season or play in 3-on-3 competitions. Instead, she's choosing to rest and recover after a tough season both in her body and her mind. While many players spend the off-season improving their skills overseas or in smaller tournaments, Clark is stepping back to focus on her health and rest, since she played almost as many games as an NBA star this season, all while carrying the huge pressure of being a franchise player in her rookie year. This decision makes total sense. Clark dealt not just with the physical strain of a long season, but also the emotional and mental stress of leading her team and being in the national spotlight. Her impact on the league is clear, and her fast rise to stardom brought a wave of new fans to women's basketball. However, without Clark in the mix, the league is already seeing fewer viewers. It's not just diehard Fever fans tuning out. The whole WNBA is losing viewers who had specifically come to watch the breakout star in action. Clark's exciting way of playing and her magnetic personality brought attention to the WNBA like it hasn't seen in years. The league, which has long been looking for the face of women's basketball, found that face in Caitlin Clark.
But they don't want it to grow if it's certain people at the face. And there is still this undertone of jealousy that for some reason I cannot get around calling it anything else but that, because I don't know what else it could be. I thought it was going to get better this season, but it hasn't. There are still people who seemingly, to me, feel like they just don't want Caitlin to be a part of it.
Caitlin Clark has had a huge impact on basketball. Her amazing games at Iowa combined with her incredible rookie season in the WNBA have made her a household name not just in the US, but all over the world. Clark has helped raise the profile of women's basketball to levels never seen before, inspiring a new generation of players and bringing excitement to the sport like never before. From her clutch shots to her fierce competitive drive, she has captured the imagination of basketball fans everywhere. However, with Clark no longer playing, the global spotlight on the WNBA has dimmed a bit. The drop in viewers without her shows just how much star power and appeal she brings to the game. Her influence goes beyond single games. It shows a change in how people see women's basketball. Without Clark's electrifying presence, the WNBA is feeling the ripple effects, proving how central she has become to the sport's global growth. Caitlin Clark isn't just the face of the Indiana Fever, she's quickly becoming the face of the entire WNBA. Her exciting style and dynamic presence make her a game-changer. Now that she's out of the playoffs, the league is already seeing the effects. Without one of its brightest stars, it's becoming very clear how much Caitlin Clark means to the league's growth and popularity. She's not just another player, she's the future of women's basketball.
The response of folks that don't think she is praised enough and she is above reproach in terms of criticism, or that praising another player is an affront to her, is like, whoa, bro. Like, also, like, you're in my mentions talking about women's basketball? I've never ever seen you before in my life. Like,
while the WNBA has lots of talented players, it's Caitlin Clark who is taking the league's popularity to a whole new level, capturing fans' attention and growing its fan base. Her ability to draw notice both on and off the court has made her a key figure in the WNBA's growing global reach. Now that she's on a break, the WNBA has to deal with one of its biggest stars being off the court, leaving a noticeable gap in excitement. Her absence has created a hole that many fans just can't fill. The Fever's amazing season with the highest home and away attendance in the league shows just how much Caitlin Clark impacts fan interest. Her ability to bring in crowds and create excitement around women's basketball has been unmatched, but now that her team is out of the playoffs, some of those fans have stopped following the WNBA entirely until she's back. This really shows the power Clark has not just over her team, but the whole league. Her star power is obvious, and looking ahead to next season, all eyes will be on her return. Fans are already excited for her comeback, knowing that Clark can reshape the league and bring back the energy and passion she gives to every game.
What is the major point that you want to make here, your major thesis statement on this? Because every time Caitlin Clark comes up, I feel like there's something that you want to get off your chest in terms of this narrative, where you're frustrated.
Well, first of all, I'm not frustrated. Number two, I did get stuff off my chest on numerous occasions. I'm just reiterating my points because I think one of the things that needed to be mentioned was that even though Caitlin Clark is new to this, and even though she has proven to be a potentially sensational player, the resentment that some, not most, not all, that stuff that was going on was real.
While her rookie season ended sooner than many hoped, Caitlin Clark's impact on the WNBA is already set in stone. Her exciting style of play and her ability to grab attention both on the court and on screens everywhere has made her a key figure in the league's future. From her deep three-pointers to her fierce competitive spirit, Clark brought so much excitement that she drew in new fans and boosted viewers across the league. But for now, as she takes a well-earned break, the WNBA faces a big challenge figuring out how to keep the energy going without its biggest star. Clark's absence has left a gap in fan interest, leaving the league in a quieter period. Fans are already counting down the days until she's back, and it's clear the league needs her presence just as much as she needs this time to rest and recover to come back even stronger. Looking ahead, one thing is certain: Caitlin Clark's return will be one of the most watched events in WNBA history. Her presence has changed the league, and when she steps back on the court, the WNBA will feel her full impact again. Clark's star power goes beyond the sport, attracting fans from all over the world, and her absence has left a noticeable drop in excitement. Until then, the WNBA has to manage this quieter time, knowing everyone is waiting for her return. Clark's comeback will reignite the league and set up another amazing season. If you enjoyed this, leave a like and subscribe. More videos are on screen now.